Blackburn of the great state of Tennessee, member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Good to see you today. Look, this gets more difficult politically by the day, and I've already talked about the victims on the ground, those businesses and homeowners caught in the fray of all of this. What is the talk on Capitol Hill right now, Senator?
The talk on Capitol Hill, Harris, is that President Trump is within his right and is doing the right thing to send in troops to protect federal buildings that are there in L.A. Of course, he should do that. When you look at what is happening on the streets, the looting, the burning of automobiles, the destruction of property, and by the way, many of those businesses we're hearing are minority-owned businesses. When you have the police chief saying, we are overwhelmed, we need help, then you know that it is appropriate for the president to respond and send in the National Guard to help and assist, and to send in troops to protect the federal buildings.
Look, I don't know if you saw this, but it's interesting, if not disturbing. Video showing California Congresswoman Maxine Waters trying to get into a federal detention facility over the weekend. She wanted to see a union boss who was arrested for interfering with ICE agents. A DHS official later said access to the facility was temporarily restricted to ensure the safety of both detainees and uniformed personnel. Waters also directly addressed the troops. This is the part I'm talking about. Watch this.
What are you going to do? You going to shoot some kid who's afraid of you and run? You going to shoot an elected official? If you shoot me, you better shoot straight. I don't know why you're in my city. You did. The governor was not contacted. This is Trump and his outrageous attempt to not only target our sanctuary city, but to frighten us and intimidate us.
Senator, your reaction.
And what we know is that whether it's Maxine Waters, Karen Bass, or Gavin Newsom, these are elected officials who are siding with and protecting criminal illegal aliens, people that have committed robberies and murder and rape and assault. They are choosing them over law-abiding citizens. And what you have the police chief asking for is help. What you have is individuals that live in LA County that are saying, we need some help with this. But you have these elected officials who have moved so far left, Harris, that they are standing and trying to protect criminal illegal aliens, people that have been convicted of these crimes. And this is one of those issues that is a 90% issue with the American people. They do not want Tren de Aragua, MS-13, or any related gangs in their neighborhoods, in their communities, in their cities, in their states. They want them deported. They want them off the streets. They are tired of crime. This was a major issue in the November election, and President Donald Trump is doing exactly what he promised to do and exactly what the American people overwhelmingly voted for, which is to close the border, get it under control, get all of these criminals locked up, get them off the streets, and make America safe again. It is happening under Donald J. Trump, and these elected officials that are obstructing, like our mayor in Nashville, who is obstructing, they need to realize people want criminals off the street and locked up.
I mean, just real quickly, you introduced two bills recently, doxing and expedited removal. Can you just tell me briefly about both?
Yes, I did. I did this in response to our Nashville mayor actually siding with criminals. Number one, the Remove Act. Instead of it taking 90 days to deport a criminal illegal alien, we are moving that time frame to 15 days. I've worked on this with the White House. With doxing, we will add federal law enforcement officers to the covered persons list when they are doxxed, when their name, their operations, their work is being revealed, we will make that a federal crime.
I was taking notes there. Look, I'm sure you just heard when we played it, Hakeem Jeffries, the highest-ranking member in the House for Democrats, saying, you know, why do they cover their faces? They have been targeted. And what you're talking about is covered persons list puts those law enforcement under a shield of protection.
That's right.
Senator, we will follow what you do with those two bills. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
You got it. Thank you.